This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bramwell Opio, and today we are talking about mother wounds. How do you heal from mother wounds? I'm very much ready for today's conversation. Benjamin.
Yes, and again we are touching taboo topics.
Exactly.
Where we don't expect mothers to be associated with the hurting people.
Yeah.
And the world wants to worship mothers like they are goddesses. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we appreciate how they give life. It is so delicate when somebody carried you in their body, felt pain, maintained, that process.
Yeah.
That is what we are trying to respect when we hold mothers in high regard. Mm-hmm. Knowing that some even die giving birth, some, if it were not for how they just took care of you, you wouldn't survive. So it is that part that is very caring that we are trying to honor when we respect mothers. Mm-hmm. And we associate it with life giving. We call the earth Mother Earth. The sea is she. Your country is she. You know, even the ships at sea, we say her. Mm-hmm. We use the feminine as a respect for life giving.
Yeah.
Life giving. And while that is true, we also need to know that some people don't treat their children well. Mm-hmm. Let me give you a few scenarios. Let me start with the obvious one. A woman who is unhinged herself. Mm-hmm. Some women got children before they became grown-ups, before they found life, before they were stable.
Yeah.
It was a very hard life. After they got the child, they dumped them, their mother, and disappeared. It had interrupted that child, the giving birth experience, it interrupted their life. They misbehaved here and there. Many of them was not even rape or anything, just a careless lifestyle and a naivety. Or an awareness that they had wounds, unhealed wounds, father hunger, things like that. And then their life becomes bitter. They go to alcoholism. They become selfish. They become inconsiderate. They become women con people. Now, the son who was born this way tries to find his way with total neglect from the woman. Later on, she gets married. Try to drag him to where she got married. And he does not get along with this man. The boy keeps running back to the grandfather. It's better there. These old people, later on, they're dying when the boy is trying to find life. And when they die, the boy tells you, I really lost my parents. Those were my parents. Yeah. Those were the ones I know. They showed me care. They showed me. So shuttled from this uncle to the other, relative to the other, and mistreated like an intruder. I don't know why people mistreat desperate children, but they take out their frustration on child. So this child, because willpower, driven, people keep being impressed by your discipline. Somehow you make it. There is a number that makes it with parental neglect, with maternal neglect, with mother's neglect. Some will make it, many don't. But today we have men who are standing telling you, had I succumbed to the abandonment, I will not be here. Mm-hmm. So they arrive at adulthood, hardworking, doing anything in front of them. One lady told me she landed her first job after Form 4 in a supermarket, and the mother would come there on the end month to collect the salary herself and give her nothing, disappear with it. It happened. She went on to university, looked for bursaries, help government sponsorships and all that, went through school, and the woman still on her case trying to storm into her life, take everything, and for the world is saying, obey your parents, she's your mother still, you can be cast, that is your second God. So the first scenario is a woman whose own life is disorganized, unhinged, chaotic. And because this is a child and this is a mother, the child does not have psychological perspective to know that this is sickness, this life is not normal. The child does not have perspective, and they don't have anybody to describe it. So they continue submitting to this exploitation, abuse, violation, everything. That is the first scenario. The woman whose life herself is chaotic, unstable, and they keep throwing to the child. Mm-hmm. This child, for submitting, knowing this is parental, I'm obeying my parents, they are injured so badly. 50-50 they may recover. Mm-hmm. If they hear these voices, if they get this message on time, they may run to therapy and rescue a part of their life. Jeremiah 28:20, are there no herbs in Gilead? Are there no physicians there? Why then is your wound not healed? Sometimes your wound needs physicians, herbs, medicine. Some people, when they're not aware, it's a wound. Yeah. They think that's their life. They don't go for treatment. They limp and they heal while twisted. Be careful. If your bone breaks, it tries to heal. If you don't straighten it, it heals while twisted. Some people are so broken, they were so exploited, they heal with distrust. They cannot trust. If you are this category, I'll give you 3 categories only. Some topics are so deep, it must be Isaiah 28 that line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Today we are putting a little, a line, a precept. Next time we put there. So if you come from this scenario where your own mother's life is disorganized, and she has, some of them don't even settle with the same man. They go get this one, get this one. They do these jobs that are very indecent, that are quiet prostitution. You know, they use a cover-up. There's a cover-up title of a job. That some, not all girls work in a club have that life, but some people go to club particularly hoping to find men who have money to move with. So some work night shifts, quote unquote, in a club. They are not employed in that club. They just wait for men there. But what you hear out there is that they work, night shift. One guy told me, I came to learn that's what my mom was doing. I don't want to judge her life, I don't know what she was. But why is she directing all this toxicity? Because she arrived at retirement empty, bitter, wounded, so toxic. And this is the only boy who was light. He has been tasked with raising the younger ones again. So he's asking, where do you go from here? You're supposed to respect her as mother, but what do you do? If you're being called one of the top artists of this country, the woman was untrunkard, so she would go and on the club and show their son singing on the TV. That is my son. Give me alcohol, he will pay. So he kept being called by club owners. Now the bill is at 5,000. Bill for who? For your mother. Imagine. That's a real situation. A top artist was built his life. But the mother chose that. He tries to gather her, build her home someplace. She will still live. You hear her with her boyfriend, whoever, out there. And so he had to give a generalized notice to anybody that I will not pay. So he came to the village, the elder of the town. Now I wanted to send you to the club owners. This woman should not be given any alcohol on credit, and I will not pay. What do you do when your woman is like that? When your mother is like that? Unhinged. It's a very delicate situation. The world will not sympathize with you. They will avoid those topics. What is the solution? The solution is another difficult word. You may struggle to pronounce. Cut off your mother. Try to pronounce that. You have to do like this artist. You have to go and say, she's still my mother, I respect her, but there's a fee. You usually arrange an amount you're giving that you know is fair, but you know it's to still be abused. But you just don't want to, you do what you have to do. But the friendship is not there, the emotional connection is not there, the open is not there. You bring her to your house, she misbehaves. Some get so addicted, any wine. One lady was saying, any wine she found there, she'll take. Whatever, even if you had an event. Addiction, and she has refused rehab, refused everything. The reason you are going to, so I must give you mental justification for your conscience to be at peace. When you have to cut off your own mother and move away, remind yourself that she's a grown-up with a life of her own. She's a line. I was asking myself, the story of David became so central. It became the ones we are hearing, being the king, the dramas. He's the one, the story centered around David. But how many brothers did he have? He had parents. He had a sister called Zeruiah. This guy had a family. Where did those names go? Some people have chosen a life path that is going away from where you are going. I don't know at what point Jesse died. We do not hear the burial.
Exactly.
We don't know where Shammah, Abinadab. We don't hear what happened in their life. After Orpah went back, it's Naomi and Ruth, the story focused on them. We don't hear what happened. Your mother is choosing a life that is heading away from where you're going. Some point is painful, but you have to say painful goodbyes if you want to have a life. If you are in this situation where your own mother's life is disorganized, she's into addictions, a lifestyle that is so painful, she's not building a life and she's burdening you. At some point, some sisters said one of their sisters had the habit of bringing a child every year. Dumping a child home. To go. Another one
Every year.
So they said no. Who is educating all this? So they had to put a curfew. So imagine having to put a curfew. You inform the chief that this person is not allowed to dump any child here.
Yes.
You know, and they were asking me, we feel so guilt conflicted, but what do you do in this situation? And I was telling them that allow the drama, people's drama to unfold. They are the scripter. Whatever they are scripting to unfold without you taking over, getting involved. Most people you are seeing dressed in this city, they have relatives who are falling in trenches drunk. Well behaved, dressed. One journalist went to dig up the family of a minister. Say, this is the brother to... And the minister gave a comeback. Say, can we go look at your family as well? That's just my brother. What does my brother have to... His life with mine. That's not my child. We don't have any... Can we go to your family? What kind of malice is this? Trying to drag my name to a brother who is choosing his life.
Yeah.
I've chosen my life. You, let's focus on your family. And the journalist disappeared. Because he simply said, I want other people to go and look at this guy's family. Because he's trying to dirtify me using my brother. Go look at his sibling. Go look at his family.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, sometimes your mother and your siblings may choose a life that you can't relate with. You have to give what you have to. One lady had to be married abroad. Some people, because of how they've been injured, they have gone very far away, try to find peace. Across the world, away, China, I don't know where, to find peace. So she was telling me, I still every now and then, I feel when people are talking about their mothers, I just want to send something, but I can't even call that woman. She will curse me again. Insult. What do I do? I told her, to satisfy your urge, you can still use a middle person. Is there a sober uncle? Yes, there's an uncle. Now, send that uncle. Take this to your sister.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I've dropped something. And that plan has worked. No conversation, but every now and then, this is from your daughter, and don't drink it. You know, the brother can confront the sister.
Yes.
What do you need? Oh, flour, okay, sugar, here. Shopkeeper, bring those here. Sometimes, my brother, you're forced to do the unnatural things. The second scenario is when your mother has a career, she has a life in society, she has a position in church, she has an image, but she's stressed in her relationship with her partner.
Yeah.
And you are the scapegoat. This particular wounding is very hidden and it's so hard to deal with. So when she's frustrated with her own mother, or frustrated with her own partner, or frustrated somewhere, unhappy with the love life she settled for, most of our mothers married when they were being given away by community. They identify a man there who looks like he has money. They come pick a decent girl here and carry her and dump her there. Now you are married because we are going to go home with 20 cows. Then they are looking at what they are going home with in exchange for cows. That is a marriage wife. So many of these mothers are not happy with their marriage because they did not quite choose it. They were, or even the choice, the information they had when they settled that it was very small. Many of this is the worst to deal with because you can hardly, you see the first one where the person is so disorderly, some people will sympathize and say, we can even see, even us, this woman has not paid our debts.
Yeah.
We feel, we just live, find a life. But this second case, this is a person with stature in society.
Yeah.
The funny thing, they may not mistreat the rest of the siblings. They may pick you on it. You are named after the... The reasons they may mistreat you may be very invisible. You know how many people know who you are named after, actually. So it's an internal struggle. You're named after the mother-in-law who she has a fight with. You know? Or you're named after her mother and she had a very bad relationship with her mother.
Yeah.
Or she got you with a man she does not like to remember. And you resemble those people. And she keeps calling you after them. The rest of the children were born here, but you belong, go to your people. So, and particularly stepchildren, they are sacrificed for the sake of the union, so that if she defends you and she came with you, it may look like she's isolating the man.
Yeah.
She may agree too much with the man at the exclusion of your interest, so that does not rock the boat. You know, sometimes even when you're not step, there could be just something. Another reason which should comfort you, although it is also painful, they pick on you because you are the brightest. You're the most favored. Your father likes you. You're obedient. You have initiative. Some daughters have cooked for their fathers more than...
That is a fact, by the way.
So it's a co-wife thing at some point. Your father prefers your food.
Yes.
Though not, more than he prefers
his own wife's food.
You anticipate his needs, you get him ready faster, you know what he needs, you bring it with a good attitude, you connect, you are easy. The mother brings it with an attitude, throwing in words there. That is a meat you bought. You can eat like other men as they buy. Now, do you want those comments as you eat? Is that what you want? And I've slaughtered my last chicken, and I wonder who will replace it. Do you want those comments as you eat? You know, well, this girl is one serving you. She's just serving you and saying, oh, Daddy, I like that shirt. What about this? Have you seen this trouser? I will order it for you. It's playful, it's easy. Over time, even you on a human level. Oh, which one? Who would you prefer?
My daughter.
So, your daughter doesn't swindle you money. When she's the one washing your clothes, there's money. She brings, this one was in your jacket. Your wife never brings. Even when she brings the money, she's beaten up for betraying. That was a fortune you gave away. Who do you prefer to wash your clothes? So, over time, a competition arises around the man, and the relationship are very different. When the woman abandoned, she used to be the only one. When the man was abandoned, he had no option. And knowing to the woman, there was a girl here growing. And she learned to do duties slowly by slowly, and she can report information. This kind of farm looks like this. I think we can plant this. This girl is giving ideas that are progressive. And the man is very appreciative. All that crop is courtesy of my daughter. She told me if we plant macadamia, it is working. Now look, we have money. My daughter, get this gift. What is going on? So sometimes you're being picked because you're preferred by your father. You are more in charge. You run the home. There are years, okay, quietly, and start asking people who really was their mother. Okay, that sounds like a funny question, but many people understand it. The person whose mother is one. There's only one mother at home, but some people are mothered by their older sister.
Yeah.
The person who really took care of them would get them prepared for school, get the Bible prepared. Even when they are sent home, they don't call home, they call Nairobi.
Yeah.
You know, it could be you played more role in raising you, and people keep comparing you and mentioning what this and that. Sometimes you are picked because you played the role she refused to play, and she sees you like a co-wife. What do? Sometimes you are a son, or what I'm describing. Mother wounds affects both genders. Yeah. But it is very severe when it's girl and the mother.
Yeah.
There's a co-wife kind of element. When you're a son, the way the son, sometimes, you know, men are more straightforward. When things don't work, they do what Jacob and Esau did. Go this way, go that way. Live your life. Abraham and Lot, okay, so we are quarreling, okay. Look whichever direction you want to go. Please, go. So, men have a tendency to solve their problems as a finality. My friend, what we do, so that we don't kill each other. Even the community can separate you when you're brothers.
Yeah.
You go build there. But the battle of women is passive-aggressive. Society never gets to intervene. You know?
Yeah.
So, The solution for you when you are being emotionally, another kind of abuse is dumping. When a woman will not solve her past issues, she has a problem with her father, problem with her mother, problem with her husband, problem with these children, and she keeps dumping. Imagine they and they expect you to listen. To sit there every time to listen to unresolved issues. Issues they're not ready to face. And then you become stressed on her behalf, stressed on her behalf, stressed on her behalf. Your father is doing this, your father doing this, your father cheating this, your father. Every day, what is your mood? What is the climate of your life? If you're being dumped like that. The solution to this second category of mother wounding is to create boundaries that are firm. This one, happily for you, does not involve cutting off. It is hard to decide whether she wants to relate with you on this new level or not. If she leaves you alone, it's okay. But because it is so private and hidden, people will not know what you're really talking about. It's to refuse to be dumped on, to refuse to be triangulated, to refuse to be given any negative vibe. And you politely say no every time they take that direction. Next, you regulate conversation. Some of them are calling you 3 times a day to dump on you what happened the last 3 hours, the last 4 hours, to complain to you, to look for pity party. No. At some point, you refuse to be the surrogate husband. You refuse. Now, mom, you see, I'm busy with class. Kindly, just talk to dad or one of your friends. Now you see, you don't even listen to your mother. I listen to my mother, but not when those issues are supposed to be for you. I have my own issues as well. And anytime she takes that direction, remember, mom, kindly, I don't have space for that now. I just wanted to know you guys how you woke up. She will suffer frustration, realize you have drawn boundaries, and from there on, your conversations will just gain normalcy. How did you wake up? We are good, and we are coming home. All right. You reoccupy the position of a child by force. The last scenario of mother wounding. Now, sometimes the mothers you're dealing with have a description. The first mother I told you is unconsciously lost in her life bad choices. Not unconscious, so to speak, but caught up in her own bad choices. The second mother is frustrated, disappointed, or envious. So envious of you. She's mean, she did not want to play the role, and she has heaped on you. The third kind of mother wound is financial exploitation. They have this entitlement that we took you to school so that you can take care of us. The mothers who don't have a retirement plan, you are the retirement plan. You're supposed to give all your money, supposed to give all your resources to them, and it's expected, threatened with the curses. Financial exploitation, they tell you to build them a house, and you should not marry before you build them a house. Set them a business. Do this. Upgrade their life. They can stagnate you. Some people can just stagnate you financially. It may not be emotional. Just the financial stagnation until you're that man with nothing going on. You look at a brother who's very level-headed, who otherwise is respectable, hardworking, and what is not adding up, brother? You're not moving. Man's my mother, man. Everything, your money 80% taken up by home. And you know they usually ask the money in a crisis mode. They need it now. They are in the shop. They're sending you the till number to pay this amount, pay the other. You are not in. So every time they keep you on toes. The solution to financial abuse, financial dependency, is again to win them away, to win them to that amount you can give without compromising your own needs. And if you need a sitting with Wazee, if you need to call a few people to explain how you are unable to move past that part, do it. They may dismiss you, they may curse you out. Remember Proverbs 26:2 that a curse that is not deserved will not settle, will not take effect. And so I conclude, I want to tell you other symptoms, general symptoms of mother wounds. When you're unable to say no, when you're not able to defend yourself because you are silenced. Some people are not weak, they were just conditioned to be voiceless. They could not answer back and speak up. They could not defend themselves. That became their normal silenced version of saying yes to everything what their mother wanted. Another symptom is when you have a series of failing relationships. Okay, you get into a relationship that had promise, you screw it up by thinking you must do more. You don't believe you're loved. Self-doubt. You fear that you're being replaced. You can destroy relationships by the insufficiency you are trained at home. Yes.
Right, and I like that. Let me begin with the second option. Those who took the place of their mothers, for example. And you'll realize, Benjamin, in most cases, especially in relationships, we tend to attract the very thing we are running away from.
Yes.
So there is a high tendency where this lady who took the place of her mother, she played that role of a mother, she might likely fall into a relationship that will actually demand her to play that particular role. Because as we say again in relationships, dysfunctions have a higher tendency of attracting dysfunctions.
Yes, because when you have this a wound that is not healed, you keep on accommodating that. It is familiar, even if it is not healthy. You've seen it before. I give you a simple example of a mother who used to call you the word stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, drop.
It's not alarming, but it's very unhealthy.
Yeah.
Later on, you get into a relationship and the person is also calling you
Stupid.
Will it ring bells? No. If you did not heal in between, if you go to relationships after mother abuse, and that's why we told everybody the problem with your mind, psychological pain, you're supposed to use your mind to judge them out. If the mind itself is injured, it's like wearing googles. You see everything looking the way the googles look.
Yeah.
Just to be sure, take your self-assessment. The stakes are too high, Bramwell, for you to just walk into marriage without checking whether your mindset is okay, whether you're emotionally healthy. You see, the way you grew up, your family, childhood became your normal. Every family has issues. Not perfect family. We survived. We managed. We did what?
We managed.
You managed to have a career, but the things that you suffered will show up in a relationship, not in a career.
Exactly.
Career is controllable to many degrees. Does not have a will of its own. If you work at it, it responds. But people, they'll trigger those things in you that are so unhealthy. So, what you have asked about daughters, that they can transfer the same treatment to their own daughters if they don't heal.
Yeah.
They hate how they were treated, but they get angry the same way they saw their mother getting angry. They don't like how they were neglected, but they don't know how to show feelings. Just like they were not showing feelings.
Yeah.
They were punished brutally. Military fashion. They don't know any other way to punish. They tie the hands, the legs, and the rope is tied up there, and you're suspended mid-air, and they put fire underneath. Now that is punishment. So you're denied food for 3 days. That's the punishment, you know. You scream to correct people. You cause chaos, fracas. You know, imagine a mother and a daughter running across, somebody chasing. And you see the fracas only when you're given a mirror to see that you are reproducing what you saw.
Yeah.
If you don't change the programming, the software underneath will take over without you realizing.
Exactly. And now that again brings in another element, the art of self-regulation. Because the way I was wounded as a child, there is a very high tendency that I'll project the same when my child triggers me. How do I self-regulate again?
One, awareness. Gestalt therapy says healing starts at awareness.
Yeah.
We said get yourself a mirror to see whether what you know is normal, is healthy. Maybe you saw children being called names. Fool, names, dog, names. Some cultures are so full of cursing language that the cursing becomes like your normal.
Yeah.
If you do not there's a time I was estimating, telling people that if you manage to get a job, don't think of getting married. Society says, no, you have a job, you should get
Get married. That is the pressure out here.
You know, when you get a job, you should get whole.
Like like that.
Society says you get whole by getting married. I'm saying you get whole by healing, by studying, by learning, by acquiring materials. Force yourself to have 2 years of sabbatical.
Yeah.
You're not under your family's family, and you're not under your own family. You're not under anybody. You're just regularly buying books, regularly attending retreats.
Yeah.
Please, you should know all the retreat, Vincentian Retreat Center. Please, let your weekends be full of, even if you're going to Nanyuki, going to climb Lenana, whatever mountain. Some people are going for, that is the period I want you to have, that season of just seeing the other side of life.
Yeah.
Your feelings will be crying for indulgence. That's why it's not easy, not everybody does it. When you have a house and some money and you are alone, what is the next temptation? Nobody knows you. Neighbors are minding their business. The guys who used to check each other, they are not even, unless you call them up, nobody's in your space. If you navigate that period, you change your life.
Right.
I want you to use that period to attend healing. To, if you can go to work, come from work, manage your evening, study something, catch up with a friend, watch an educative thing. Do that for a year. Changes you to a better person 10 times over than if you are doing it when you have other people in your space. Yes.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And learn what you've learned. And always remember, trauma is hidden in the body but revealed in relationships. Thank you so much for watching the Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal